Hey guys, Guthrie Trapp here again, coming at you from East Nashville, Tennessee. Happy to be back here after a great week in New York City, hanging with some friends and having a great time eating and drinking our way through the city as we do. And also got to play some music, teach some lessons, and hang out with some of my heroes and some friends up there. Had a great time. Sorry for the delay on the videos. Sometimes life takes over, but wanted to get back on it here. Gotta say. Check out the links below. Thanks for all the positive comments and everything. I'll try to get back to everybody personally on that. But yeah, check out the links below to my Artist Works curriculum, which is awesome, and my private and Skype lessons, of course. If you want to do that, I can expand on all these techniques via that platform there. So, and you can record it all on Skype as well. So check that out. I wanted to do a little video here. I'm a little wiped out after the past week and a half or so, but wanted to do just a little video on like some blues turnarounds on the acoustic. Of course, this applies to the electric as well, but wanted to talk a little bit more about everything being out of the chord shape for me. That's how I look at the guitar, but about seeing these big shapes and just using a couple notes of them and not being bound to these big chords and feeling like we're stuck there. I like to really break these up and use open strings and some partial chords, I like to call those. So an example of that would be like this. So here's our E shape, our D-shaped E chord, and here's our E7. So full thing. You can play it like that. Well, I'm just going to take these three notes, the E, B, and G string. And I'm going to use that open E string to make that fatter, right? So I'm going to go. And then I'm going to go right back a half step to that like diminished sound. But I'm just going to use those three notes. So I'm going to do this kind of a rhythm. So that's a style, and it's kind of Delta blues inspired, right? So that's staying right in E, 1, 4, 5, E, A, and B. And what I'm doing there is I'm just creating a rhythm. I'm thinking, it's like based off like that kind of lumpty-lump blues, we call it, right? You're just that rhythm. So that kind of idea where I'm going back a half step. Now when I go to the when I get ready to go to the 4 chord, so right here, that lick takes me to my 4 chord. So that's just going right into E7 here. But it's the phrasing of it. So I'm just sliding up from A to B, D note there, letting that E string ring a little bit. And then the same thing in reverse. So that whole thing. And I'm hitting that major third. That's the key right there. So that whole thing. little train going by here. My train tracks are right there. So this little thing, I'm raking back to get that attack, that little slur there. And that's a real trick. It's easy licks, but the trick is that phrasing, and I don't know exactly how to explain that, but that's the timing of it right there. So then E to D, G to A. So I'm gonna do a couple. This is all improvised, so it might not be the same thing twice here. That's this style. There's a lot of licks and vocabulary that's strung together to create this kind of sound. So when I go to my A, I might do that twice, or once rather. So coming out of that A, so I'm sliding, pinching with this, the low note always to keep the fatness, and then from A to A7, and then using that G note to get back to E. So, and I'm using that a lot. A to the major third of E. So that whole thing again. Let's see. Let's see, what did I do there? See, I can't remember. And then right there, that takes me to heading towards my B chord. So and then I'm back to E for a minute. So right down the pentatonic. And then, so when I go to my B7, walking up G sharp, A, B flat, B, B7, and then watch. I'm pinching just together to get that. It's real easy pinching that bass note and the chord kind of with it. But I'm just going, so that's, so, and then maybe, and then, that'll be where the turnaround comes in. So getting out of that B chord, same kind of idea. And then the turnaround comes, and it's right here. This E shape, this E chord, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, So I'm taking the 2 notes of E, the 3 and the 5, just these 2, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4 frets, and I'm gonna walk that down to do this turnaround. Right, so that's, and I'm pinging off that high E string too, so the whole lick is. Which I love. Now there's another turnaround you can do too. It's like this. So that lick is off of this E7. So that's E7. And then with the open E ringing there. And then there's that E7 back a half step on your 3rd fret. And then 2nd fret. And then right to your E there. So. That's a great turnaround. Here's another great turnaround. This is like the Robert Johnson style. If you're on your high E and your high D, D string 12th fret, E string 12th fret, and we're gonna pinch this, and we're gonna walk that D down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So watch. The rhythm of this is gonna be 1, 2, 3. Also walk it down here, which is a simpler version of this. Right, so now I'm actually accenting that a little bit. I can do this where I'm just pinching it together, or I could go. I'm hitting a little bit syncopation, a little bit of syncopation there in the middle. So another great turnaround is this one. Right, so that's going from E up to the major 3rd. And then I'm essentially going to the A note. So E, slide to the 3rd, B, chromatic to A. So, and then the major 3rd of A to the E, G, F sharp, E. So the whole thing. So the whole thing would be, in rhythm, it would be. So. Right, great turnaround. So let's see. Another cool one you can do is just your straight up right here. The same kind of rhythm, but this one is just leaving out the high note, and it's just, which is cool, right? So it's shape, down a half step, still leaving the E string ringing, then that even also creates an A minor. Here's another great turnaround. So the timing on this is everything. So that's like like bum, 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 bum. So 1, 2, 3. So that lick there is, we're going to the 5 chord, B7. But as you can tell, I'm putting my low note, bass note is an F sharp. So that's kind of what we did in like the swing chords we did a couple lessons back. The low string is F sharp. So to get to that B, we're actually going to walk to the F sharp. So we're going to go C sharp, B, G sharp, chromatic to the F sharp, and that's where we're going to base our B7 off. So, and here's another little trick you can do. Since that's the F sharp, that's the 2 of E, so we can go. We can always slip that 2 in there. I'm just going. So that's. I'm just moving that tritone, which is something we did a little while back. But B7 to F sharp 7 to E. You can always throw that. That would sound like this. So, and then so it's just a continuous loop of these turnarounds. So, like that, an example of some of this would be. That was supposed to be so that lick, you you can also use it going up. So, and that was an ending, yeah, right? Right, so a little all over the place on this one. Just getting back into this game here, but that's a little acoustic blues turnaround. I hope you at least got some licks out of that. Let me know if I can help you. Thanks so much, and look forward to seeing y'all soon. All right, take care.